Yes. So many, many years fast forward, and I had an answer to prayer. I got married to an amazing woman of God. I have a daughter, and she is just the biggest miracle of my life. And anyway, so she was super young at the time. And we were down in Florida, and we're actually not in a bad area. We're like by West Palm, but I guess there is a bad area close to that I didn't know about. And so anyway, I leave the hotel to get milk at like 11 at night or something. My wife was at the room with my daughter, and the Walgreens was just about to close, wherever it was that I went. It was like a store like that. And I go in there to get this milk because it was one of the only places that was open at that time. And in the parking lot, these people approached me, these gangsters approached me. And here we go again. It looked like the guys were going to stab me and attack me. That's what they were going to do. But it was different this time because now I had the Holy Spirit. I was more equipped. I was more mature in my walk. And instinctively, without even thinking, I started praying in tongues and praying. And it was like two of the guys just veered off. It was the weirdest thing. They just all of a sudden got like confused and went somewhere. And all of a sudden, I got this one guy that's literally about to stab me again. And it was like you could see his eyes started welling up and something happened. And I knew it was the Spirit of God working on him. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm praying." He said, "Why?" I said, "Because the Lord, that's what I do. I mean, you're about to stab me. I'm going to pray." And he said, "Why?" And I'm like, because that's prayer works. And he's like, "I used to be on the worship team at a church." And I said, "Dude, I'm a pastor." He's like, "No way." I'm like, "Yeah." And so then all of a sudden it went from him like wanting to attack me to his eyes starting to well up and start tearing up. And I felt like he was like a child in front of me. And so instantly I went into pastor mode and started loving on him and ministering. It was so crazy. And God just touched him. And right there and then, he repented and he knew that God had sent me. And, we actually exchanged information. And so all this is happening. And these two guys come back and, like, what's going on? And he says he's a pastor. And then they kind of subdued. And it was just amazing how the Spirit of the Lord changed what was meant to be this horrible situation. And all of a sudden it became like a ministry opportunity. So I remember going inside that Walgreens finally after all this happened. And the lady was like shocked. She's like, "These people are riffraff that are always around our store. And we've called the police on them multiple times. What just happened?" And I expressed to her what happened. Well, then she starts tearing up. Customers are hearing the story. It was remarkable. And we exchanged numbers, and that guy, we actually texted a few times, and I think he listens to some of my broadcasts. And as far as I know, I think he's back in church. So I hope he still is.